Good morning, students. Welcome back. In previous class, we have discussed the concept of final keyword and uses of final keyword, and in how many ways we are use the final keyword in other context. Now, let us glance those concepts once again. First, we use final keyword as a variable for declare a final variable, and second one is we used final keyword for the final method to declare as a final method. Third one is we used a final keyword for a class to declare a final class. In these three contexts, we use a final keyword. Final keyword is restrict user to take that code in other class or in other method. It restricts the users. This is the concept of final keyword. In today's class, we are going to discuss the dynamic method dispatch concept. It is nothing but a runtime polymorphism. Dynamic method dispatch is nothing but runtime polymorphism concept. Let us see. We will look about the dynamic method dispatch, which is also referred as a runtime polymorphism. Dynamic method dispatch is a technique by which we call the overridden method is resolved at the runtime rather than the compile time. It is used to resolve the runtime polymorphism for calling the overridden method. And when an overridden method is called by a referrer, then which version of overridden method is to be called is decided at the runtime according to the type of object it refers. It is used to refer the object at the runtime according to the type of the object. Dynamic method dispatch is performed by the JVM, not by the compiler. It is executed by the JVM. JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. It is not performed by the compiler. It is nothing but runtime polymorphism. And next concept is packages. Packages in Java. Now we can see the what are all the packages are there in Java and why we are going to use these packages in Java and how we are going to take the use of these packages concept in our programming language. Let us discuss. Java packages. A Java package is a group of similar type of classes, interfaces and sub-packages. Java package includes group of similar type of classes, interfaces and sub-packages. Packages in a Java can be categorized into two forms. Those are, first one is built-in packages and user-defined packages. There are many built-in packages are there in our Java programming language, such as Java, Lang, AWT, JavaX, Swings, Net, IO, Util and SQL and etc. These are the built-in packages provided by the Java. And a package, as the name suggests, in a pack or a group of a class, interface and other sub packages. Packages includes group of classes, interfaces and the other packages. In Java, we use package to organize our classes and interfaces. In Java, we use the packages to organize the classes and the interface concept. And also, we have two types of packages in Java. One is built-in packages. Second one is user-defined packages. These are two types of packages we are used in Java. In this guide, we will learn what packages, what are the user-defined packages and how to use them. And also in Java, we have several built-in functions. For example, when we need to user input, we import a packages like our user-defined packages. Java provide already some built-in functions and user-defined functions. User-defined functions are the functions created by the users. Here some user-defined packages are there. Now we will discuss. That is, first one is import java.util.scanner. Here Java is a top level package. Here Java is a top level package. Util is a sub package and scanner is a class which is present in the sub packages util. First is Java is a top level package. It means Java is a one directory. In that directory, util class or a sub class is there. In that util, the scanner class is there. This is the concept of packages. Top packages includes sub package. That sub package includes classes or a dot class files. Before we see how to create a user defined packages, let's see the advantages of using packages. Here some of the advantages are there. Let us see. First one is Java packages is used to categorize the classes and interfaces so that they can be easily maintained. It is used to categorize the classes and interfaces so that they can be easily maintainable. Second one is Java package provide a access protection. Java package provide a access protection. And third one is Java package remove a naming collisions. It removes naming collisions. These three are the advantages of packages. Now we can see types of packages in Java. I already told that there are two types of packages are there. First one is built-in packages and user-defined packages. See here, as mentioned in the beginning of the guide, that we have two type of the packages in Java. First one is user-defined packages and second one is built-in packages. User-defined packages is a packages we create it called user-defined packages. Built-in packages, the already defined packages like java.io.star, java.lang.star, etc. are the known as built-in packages. Built-in packages are already defined packages and user-defined packages are we have to create those packages according to our programming needs and functions. These are two types of the packages used in a Java. Let's see. First one is built-in packages. These packages consist of a large number of classes which are part of the Java API. These packages consist a large number of classes. It includes n number of classes which are part of the Java API. Some of the commonly used built-in packages are there. Now we can see one by one. First one is java.lang. Java.lang contains language supported class. For example, classes which defines the primitive data types and math operations. Java.lang includes primitive data types and math operations. It includes the primitive data type and math operation functions. Second one is java.io. It contains the class for supporting the input and output operations. Java.io. It supports the input output operations. The first one is java.lang that contains the language supported classes. Those are primitive data types and math operation. Second one is java.io. It contains the classes for supporting the input output operation. Third one is java.util. It contains utility classes which implements the data structure like a linked list, dictionary and supported for date and time operation. Java.util. It contains utility classes. Utility classes means which implement the data structure concepts like linked list, dictionary and date and time operations also used in this java.util.start class. And fourth one is java.applet. Java.applet class contains, it is used to create the applets. Java.applets. This class contains the classes for creating the applets and it is used to create the applet classes. And fifth one is java.awt. It contains the classes for implementing the component of graphical user interfaces like a button, menu, scroll bar. These are used to created by the java.awt class. The sixth one is java.net. It contains the classes for supporting the network operations. Java.net class contains the classes for supporting the network operations. These six are the built-in packages provided by the Java programming language. Second one is user-defined packages. These are the packages are defined by the users. User-defined packages are the packages defined by the users. And first we have to create a directory of any package's name. For example, we have to create the my package class or a my package as the package name, and package name should be same as the name of the package. It means my package name should be same as the name of the package. Then create the my class inside that directory with the statement being the package names. in my package class we have to create a directory called my class file. Here see, name of the packages must be same as the directory name under which the file is saved. The top directory file and the package name both are must be same. Then here an example is there, package my package, public class my class, in that class public void get name, string s. For this void get name method they are printing yes with the output line. And now we have to create a my class in our program. Here see, importing a my class from the names my package. With the help of import keyword we are going to import the package, import my package dot my class. In this we are going to write the print name as the class name. For print name class we write the main method. In that we are going to initialize the string variable with the value, that is string name equal to Greek of gigs. In this we are going to create a instance of a object, that is my class obj equal to new my class. This is the way of creating the object. We are going to create a obj object with the help of new keyword and a class name. With the help of that obj object we are calling the get name method by passing the name as a parameter. This is the simple example for the packages. First we have to create the packages. The top directory and the packages name should be same. Top directory includes the subdirectory, subdirectory includes the dot class files. This is the way of creating the user defined packages. Here is the one diagram is there, how Java class includes all those packages. First is the Java, it is the Java package. In that lang, util, awt, these are the sub packages. In these sub packages classes are there, system.class, string.class, arraylist.class, map.class or a button.class. This is the way of creating the packages. This is the built-in function example. The Java package includes a sub package of a Java. That sub package includes the dot class files. This is the concept of creating the packages by hierarchical wise. Second concept is importing the class. Now we see how to import the class. Already we discussed how to create a packages. First one is already built-in functions are there. Second one is user-defined functions. We have to create those user-defined functions as a packages. These created functions are imported by the import keyword. Now we can see how to import this class in our programming. If you find a class you want to use, for example the scanner class which is used to get the user input, write the following code. We have to get the input from the user defined, or we have to get the user input from the keyboard. That time we have to import a package, that is java.util.scanner. See, here is the example is there. Import java.util.scanner. From this package we have to get the user input. In the example above, java.util is a package while scanner is a class of the java.util.package. So, scanner is a class of java.util packages. We are importing that java.util.scanner packages from import keyword. Import is a keyword, java.util is a package name, and scanner is the class name. To use the scanner class, create an object of the class and use any of the available methods found in the scanner class documentation. In our example, we will use the next line method, which is used to read the complete line. Next line is used to read the complete sentence or the complete line. Here one example is there how to import the class. Now we can see. First, here using the scanner class to get the input. This is the example of scanner class to get the input. Here first they are importing the java.util.scanner package. Java.util is a package, scanner is a class which is already existing in a java.util package. After importing this statement, we have to write the class, that is class my class. In that my class we are going to write a main method. In a main method we are going to create a object with the help of scanner, and again with the help of output line we are going to print a enter username as a statement which is executed and displayed in the console according to same statement, that is enter the username. The enter the username statement will be appeared in our console. Then again string with the help of username object we are calling the full statement with the help of next line, and again with the help of system.out.println statement username is with the help of username object we are calling the or we are getting the input from the user. This is the closing of main method and closing of the class. This is after this execution we will get the output as the enter the username. Already that printed and displayed as a enter the username. After that we have to enter the name. Enter the name of the whichever name you have to give, that can be taken and stored in our database. This is the example of importing the packages in our program. I hope you all are understand this concept. In next class we are going to learn access modifier concept in our Java program. Thank you.